Hello, snakes. My name is Dante, and today it's Podcast Tuesday once again. Yeah, there's a bit of delay because there were some connection errors and stuff like that. But there we go. This we're podcasting now, so yeah, which is and today I'm just gonna be reviewing a deck strategy, which is the Cascade strategy that's popping up once again with a new Kaldheim set because of two powerful cards, Valki and Tibalt Trickery. So there's this whole deck based around Tibalt Trickery, whilst valki alongside is being played in that deck strategy alongside being played in the Jund deck. So yeah, that's one big hit for modern. So let's just let's just go into the combo of the week, and it is Hushbringer Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath. So how it is basically so the so basically the trick is it's not infinite, but it is a nice combo which allows you to get down Uro by turn 3 without escaping. So this is a nice combo I like, and yeah, it's cool. I like it. It just seems like a nice combo to include in this podcast. Turn 2 Hushbringer, turn 3 Uro. There you go. You just get free mana sits that doesn't sacrifice upon entering the battlefield, even though it doesn't do the ability. Yeah, it's just very good nonetheless. So yeah, that's cool. I like the card. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a so that's the combo of the week. So next week we're gonna have another combo, and yeah, it's just a there we go. It's just a that's the combo of the week. Next week there's gonna be another one. So let's just go in straight into the deck strategy. The new cards. The former is featured in its own deck strategy, which is called the Trickery deck or the Tibalt Trickery deck. The card is called basically Tibalt Trickery. The card, how it works is you basically get, you have, it's a 2 mana instant that allows you to counter target spell. You can choose 1, 2, or 3 at random. And its controller removes that many cards, then exiles cards from the top of their deck until they exile a non-land card with a different name than that spell. They may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Then they put the exiled cards into the bottom of their library in random order. Then there's Valki, God of Lies, which can also be played as Tibalt, Cosmic Imposter. So yeah, it's a very nice card. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a I like the cards and the new strategies that this has enabled. So yeah, the Like the latter is also used in Jund decks, along with being in Tibalt's Trickery decks. Valki, what does is basically it's a 2 mana 2/1 god that once battlefield, each opponent reveals their hand. For each opponent, exile a creature card revealed this way until Valki leaves the battlefield. And you can pay X to choose a creature card exile to Valki with converted mana cost X. Valki becomes a copy of that card. And yeah. And it's a yeah, this is a nice card. So basically, and then you can play the other side, which is Tibalt, Cosmic Imposter, which is the main, the other side that is very powerful. 7 mana 5/5. Tibalt with as you get an emblem with you can play cards out with him, and you may spend manas over mana of any card to cast those spells. +2, exile top card of each player's library. -3, exile target artifact creature. -8, exile all cards from all graveyards. Add triple red. This is a very nice card. Yeah. So yeah. And then basically how it works is, I'll be showing you in the next card and how it works, how the Tibalt Trickery decks work, why Valki is played in Jund decks as well and stuff like that, and how to defeat those strategies. So let's start off with Valki's potential in an existing deck, Jund. So the Jund deck, how it works is so the Jund deck is already an existing deck that basically relies on just killing the opponent with green, red, black cards. So yeah, and it already features one card that is red green with Cascade called Bloodbraid Elf. So Valki could replace Dark Confident in Jund as a 2 mana 2/1 creature. Like it's basically Valki you could play it normally from your hand as a 2 mana 2/1 that allows you to steal, reveal the opponent's hand, get one of their creatures, and then you can turn Valki into that creature. But then you have Bloodbraid Elf, which has the Cascade ability. If you manage to hit Valki with that Cascade ability, you get to cast him for free. The ruling states that you can play either side of the card, meaning that you can play Tibalt instead of playing Valki. So yeah, it's just a nice thing I like, and yeah. Yeah, and it's and yeah, what Valky allows you to. So yeah, what? So basically, and then because since you cast them for free with the effect of a Cascade, you can play the other side, which is Tibalt, the powerful side. It's a 7 mana card, and yeah, it's nice. And so this is basically how the Cascade can work, and yeah, how Jund could work with the new valki card. I don't know what to replace with it, but yeah. I mean, I don't play Jund. I mean, in fact, I'll show you how you can defeat the Tibalt Trickery deck. So let's just go into the Tibalt Trickery. So Tibalt Trickery, what it is, so the Tibalt Trickery deck strategy, it allows you, it's a new strategy that revolves on playing a Cascade card that is 3 mana or less, like that of Violent Outburst, or any other Cascade card that is worth 3 mana or less. There's currently 3 that's modern legal, 4 that is legacy legal. So yeah, and it's and it's nice. So basically, and then basically how it works, Tibalt Trickery and Valki are the only cards that are worth less than 3 mana in your deck. You basically cast a Cascade spell like Violent Outburst, for example. You then flip cards. If you get Valki, you could play the Tibalt side normally, and then you get the Violent Outburst. But if you get Tibalt Trickery, you counter your own Cascade spell. Mill yourself 1, 2, or 3 cards at random, which doesn't really matter. But then exile until you get the and then it's not just that. It is a basically you basically do this. You exile until you get something that's different. Like you could either hit another Cascade spell, which can hit another Tibalt Trickery, or it could hit another Tibalt Trickery, and it would fail. But the ideal case is that it hits something like Omniscience, Grizzlebrand, or Emrakul, anything big that you're using in the deck. So I'll show you big things you should try to use in your deck for this strategy: Grizzlebrand, Emrakul, and Omniscience. These are the 3 ideal cards you should use in the deck. Whilst other cards, other stuff and supporting stuff should also be used. Omniscience will allow you to just cast everything from your hand for free, so you might have some stuck Emrakuls and Grizzlebrands in your hand. Grizzlebrand, it's just a nice card. It's always good to have. I mean, he has Flying Lifelink, allows you to draw cards by paying life in batches of 7. And yeah. And Emrakul is a 15 mana, 15/15 legendary Eldrazi that cannot be countered. Grants you another turn after casting this card. Flying, protection from colored spells, and Annihilator sits. And when it goes into graveyard from anywhere, you get to shuffle it back your graveyard back into your library. So you can do this all over again. Yeah, nice. I like it. So this is a good strategy. These are some 3 good cards that you should use, like probably a play set of them if you have them. Then I'll just tell you some cards that you should use. Cards that you should use to speed up your deck strategy. Do not use Mass Hysteria. Mass Hysteria could result in interrupting your. It could result in interrupting your Tibalt Trickery or the Cascade spell, as it is 1 mana. So Mass Hysteria, do not use it. Use instead Urabrask or Handwear Battlements, as it won't interrupt your your Cascade, and if you get it from Tibalt's Trickery, it is a nice card to have because it actually grants your stuff haste and grants the enemy stuff enter tapped. So yeah, it's just a nice card. Herb Rusk. I mean, not many people are probably playing it. It's the old Herb Rusk, not the new one. And then there's Hanweir Battlements, which is a land that can grant haste. You don't. I mean, you could use Hanweir Garrison if you wanted to, but Hanweir Battlements is there for the haste. Yeah, if you wanted to, you could also go with Garrison if you really want to. That's how you can speed it up. And that's for haste reasons. And for mana ramp, mana acceleration, do not use Simian Spirit Guide as it may interrupt your Tibalt Trickery. So instead of getting Omniscience, Emrakul, or Grizzlebrand, you might get Simian Spirit Guide instead. But then Gemstone Caverns is the ramp you should use if you're going second. So this deck ideally would go second and not first. So this is how you should do it. Yeah. And because if Gemstone Caverns is in your opening hand and you're not going first, you may put it in the battlefield with a luck counter on it, put exile card from your hand, but then you can tap for 1 mana to your mana pool. But if it has a luck counter, instead add any mana to your mana pool. So yeah, just ditch the Simian Spirit Guide and play only Gemstone Caverns. And do not play any other ritual spell because that is the same thing as Simian Spirit Guide. So yeah. So this is basically how the deck works, like mana acceleration, the main strategy of the deck. You basically have your Cascade card, like Violent Outburst, hit the Tibalt Trickery, which will counter it, and then go in and bring up your Omniscience. Cast Emrakul, cast Grizzlebrand, take answer turn, and kill them. So this is how you should play the deck. But now I'm going to show you how you should fight the deck. How you can defeat this deck the snake way. Yeah. So my deck is a Boros Burn deck. That is just burn, yeah. And I basically found a way where you can just defeat these decks, because these decks win by turn 3. I mean, not really win by turn 3. They don't do anything until turn 3. And they ideally go second with their Gemstone Caverns card. So yeah, they should go second if they are smart or if they are lucky. For example, so yeah. And then because of Gemstone Caverns. So I mean, Gemstone Caverns is a nice card that basically it allows you so basically, I mean, I told you Gemstone Caverns, but I mean, you go first as the burn player. The opponent is playing that deck. I mean, they don't do anything until turn 3, or if they have the Gemstone Caverns, turn 2. So at turn 1, you have Monastery Spear. You put it in and attack your opponent directly. They go to 19. Their turn. They play a land. They pass. Then it's your turn. You draw. You play a land, and you bring up 2 lightning bolts, bringing your opponent down to 13. Attack them with Monsters of Fear, and bring them down to 10. Now it's their turn. They draw a card, and basically they play a land. If they have the Gemstone Caverns, that's when they do the trick. But if they don't have it, you still have another turn. I mean, if they do it by turn 2, just remember there's this one card that can save you. And that card is a deflecting palm card. So basically, you go to your turn 3. I mean, because unless if they're using the Urbrask that I told you about, they will not be able to attack you on that turn. Unless if you're using unless if you are playing unless if they playing Urbrask, which is the one I showed you recently, or if they get the Emerald cooldown, which grants them an extra turn. Well, play knowing that they will have a. Just play knowing that if they have Gemstone Caverns, rather than releasing both lightning bolts, keep the mana and you have Deflecting Palm. Deflecting Palm just will allow you to deflect the damage and send it back to the controller. Yeah. And it's very nice. I like the card. Yeah. It's a good card. Great card, in fact. Yeah. So how this is basically so you can wait for them to attack you with Emrakul. Okay, they attack you. Float your mana, sacrifice your permanents to Annihilator, then hit him with a Deflecting Palm. Then that is the damage will be sent back to them. So they'll be left at 4 HP. And or you could do it like or if you're doing it differently, you could actually kill them with it. You send them down to 3 HP. Now draw a card, play a land, play your lightning bolt. You've won. Because you attacked turn 1 with Monsters with Spear, turn 2 you attack with Monsters with Spear. That brings them down to 18. That's 2 mana. Deflecting Palm. They attack you with. They play Emrakul. Then they take their turn. They attack with Emrakul. Deflecting Palm. 15 damage to them. Draw a card. Play a land. Lightning Bolt. You've won. Or if they do it by the turn 3, then fear not. You can win before them. You just do turn 1, and you do Monsters with Spear. Turn 2, 2 Lightning Bolts. Bring them down to 10. Turn 3, Boros Charm, Lightning Bolt, and you kill them. That's basically that's how you defeat the Tibalt Trickery decks, the snake way. So that's how I call it. Yeah, this is the best way you could actually defeat the that deck if you're playing Burn like me. Yeah, it's very nice. I was recently wondering how you could just defeat it, but yeah, congratulations, you've reached the end of the stream. So why don't you like, subscribe, and follow, share with friends, stay tuned to our next videos, streams, and podcasts. Podcasts will be live every Tuesday at 4 p.m. GMT, 5 p.m. CET, so stay tuned to them, watch my other videos too. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and bye!